U ovoj emisiji ćemo zaviriti u stvaralaštvo trubača, kompozitora, aranžera i pedagoga Čarlsa Tolivera, žive legende iz perioda takozvane zlatne ere džeza 50. i 60. godina prošlog veka u Americi. Trubač sa preko 50 godina karijere iza sebe i dalje je veoma aktivan. Paper Man je prva ploča koju je izdao pod svojim imenom i njenu 50. godišnjicu obeležavao je širom sveta. Jedna od stanica turneje pod nazivom Čarls Toliver All Stars bio je i 22. Pančevački jazz festival, gde nam se ukazala prilika i da porazgovaramo s njim.
Having fun in doing it, not just going through playing and okay. You can see the guys, they're not having fun, they're doing it. It's like a mechanical thing, but to have fun with each other, it raises the level of the music.
Čarls Toliver je rođen na Floridi. Sa 8 godina, zahvaljujući svojoj baki, počeo je da svira kornet. Nakon studija za farmaceuta ipak se opredelio za muziku i ubrzo se našao uz čuvenog saksofonistu Jackija McLeana, kako na bini, tako i u studiju. Potom su usledile saradnje s velikanima kao što su Roy Haynes, Hank Mobley, Horace Silver, McCoy Tyner, Sonny Rollins, Herbie Hancock, Oliver Nelson, Max Roach, Art Blakey i drugi. U godini 1968. Toliver se odlučuje za iskorak iz sveta saradnika, te kao vođa sastava izdaje ploču Paper Man, za koju je okupio krem tadašnje jazz scene. Sledeće godine, 69. formirao je Quartet Music Inc., s kojim je svirao po turnejama širom Amerike i Evrope. Pored muziciranja, 1970. godine s pijanistom Stanleyem Cowellom osnovao je i izdavačku kuću Strata East Records. Čarls Toliver je gostovao u mnogim televizijskim i radijskim emisijama i sarađivao s mnogobrojnim orkestrima tih istih medijskih kuća. Nakon dugogodišnjeg rada s velikim sastavima, 2007. je objavio album Čarls Toliver Big Band With Love, koji je iste godine bio nominovan za nagradu Grammy. Ime Čarlsa Tolivera se nalazi na preko 30 izdatih ploča, što pod njegovim, što pod tuđim imenom. On se u 78. godini života osvrće na svoj debitantski Paper Man, koji je 2018. godine slavio 50 godina postojanja.
It was a period of incredible activity in New York and around the world, actually, because 1964 till 1968, there was a lot of political upheaval in the United States, in Paris, even here in the former Yugoslavia, and the people who were presenting the music were very intent on making sure that the American contingent of jazz musicians got to Europe and played all of the major festivals and houses. So that period, when I began, was very a great period. Before the 70s came, when everything switched and changed to another groove, as they say. So I was lucky to have experienced that, at a young age, And I think it's kept me young because my memories are always going back, flashing back to that. And some of us have been able to capture that, to keep that as a part of how we present the music. my visions then was to surround myself with the very best of my heroes, really. I mean, my first recording was Herbie Hancock was on that recording with Jackie McLean. And I met him for the first time and we became lifelong comrades. And so obviously I was going to ask him to play the piano. And Ron Carter, I asked, because I got to know him a little my first few years. And Joe Chambers and we lived together as basically teenagers. We met when we were 18 years old, and so obviously he was going to be my choice at the time, you know. And Gary Bartz, I also met him when we were 17 or 18 years old. And so obviously I was going to call on him, and all of these men have become icons in this art form. So that record is very important because of the musicians on it as well, and the music was from the period of Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie to our period with John Coltrane, Miles Davis, you know, and I sort of like wrote songs that would fit, you know, everything together. And after these 50 years, we can still play that music. The great Lenny White, you know, on drums, he does a whole nother thing with it, but it's still alive and well. As a teenager, really I began sitting on the floor at 5 years old, listening to these big old 78s. My parents had the Victrola, you know, and I heard all these sounds, big bands and everything. But I didn't really become very interested in doing it until I started to work with the great Gerald Wilson, who was an incredible orchestra and big band guy. And he gave me an opportunity to work with him and to take one of my compositions and record it, you know, my very first big band arrangement. And after I started every so often, you know, writing a little bit, putting it away, writing a little bit, putting it away. And then all of a sudden, there came an opportunity with a contract with Bruno Records. And they said, can you do this? And I said, I already have it from many years of writing all this music. And we had a Grammy nomination from that. And so I said, oh, maybe I'll do this for a little while. But this is my real format. That's Čarls Toliver. Dedication to carrying this art form forward with the best colleagues I can find. The joy for me is to have that kind of excellence in my colleagues. Then it gives me the joy to continue to play this music forever. I think that's what it is to have great colleagues in which to perform this music for you and for the fans, you know.